So, to get today's Revelation passage, we need to get yesterday's Revelation passage. And yesterday was talking about Babylon. Babylon, you might remember, represents, for John, it really would have focused around Rome, which was the big empire of the day. But we can take it as representing basically the kingdom of the world. In other words, all the things on our planet that are anti the will of God, that are opposed to God's good will, whether that's our human selfishness and rebellion and thinking we know how to live, or whether that's a spiritual power that's opposed to God's will. That's what's represented by Babylon. And yesterday, you might remember that Babylon was pictured as this woman riding on the back of a beast. And the picture had two messages, I think. The first one was that the kingdom that's opposed to God's will is very powerful, and it's very cruel, and it's very unjust, and it causes suffering, and all of that was pictured by the beast. And that sounds like an airy-fairy kind of thing, but actually all of us have known that power. We know the world around us is a powerful place that causes suffering in so many ways, through violence, and it also causes suffering through injustice that is evident in the world around us. We've known maybe some of it in a personal way through bullying or through things that have been done to us that haven't been right, but we also see evidence of it on the news every single day. So that's what the beast represented. And the woman represented the fact that this kingdom that's opposed to God's will is not just powerful and unjust, it's also seductive and alluring, and there's something attractive about it that draws us in and that envelops us almost in this kind of like sickly perfume. That means we come to see that it's a good way to live, and we idolize certain aspects of it. We're drawn to them. We want to become famous for the sake of being famous. We want to be rich. We want to be more powerful than other people, and we see that as a good thing that we should objectify and we should desire that. All of that, again, is the effect of the seductive nature of the fact that we live in a culture that is not dominated by God's good and perfect will. When we understand that's what Babylon was portrayed as yesterday, we can come to the simple point that today's passage makes. And the point it's making is that this is going to come to an end. The angel comes with great authority and he says, "Fallen is Babylon." And then lots of people mourn because, of course, lots of people, that wouldn't be good news. But he's saying fallen is this culture and this kingdom. It's worth remembering, whilst we live in the midst of a society that has lots good about it, that those things that are ultimately opposed to the will of the holy and the good God will one day cease to exist. They will come to an end. And as a result of that, we're going to see tomorrow that it ushers in a new heaven and a new earth where there is no suffering, there is no mourning, there is no crying, and there is no pain. So although this sounds and is painted in really strong language, it's actually, believe it or not, very, very good news for us.